Hi, and welcome to College Planning Untangled, where we help families simplify this college planning process. I'm Kristin Clark. I'm a career exploration coach for 16 to 26-year-olds, and I'm here with Bobby Hood, who helps us with all of our questions about the ACT and SATs. Bobby, how is life treating you this week?
Oh, just great. Just trying to stay warm. I'm bundled up even inside. It's, 20 degrees and feels like it's 2 degrees.
I know, and I have to go out later today, so I'm like,
Oh,
boom, boom, boom. But,
yeah, rough.
hey, we could live up in the Midwest, so.
That's right. At least it's not dumping snow and ice on us right now. So.
That's right. So today what we're going to talk about is our fifth installment of all the career trends that are happening out there right now. So different career ideas for your kiddos to consider, and just know that, there's work out there for these types of groups. The first one that we're going to talk about today is all about personalized experiences. And it's, Bobby, we've seen this, right? Where people, it seems, are more willing to pay for things like counseling and coaching and everything personalized. And, so there are more jobs out there. The first one that came up in our list is wellness coaches.
Absolutely. And I mean, like we've had life coaches around for a long time. And I think now it's just that now that there's a market for these sorts of things, it's branching out into the individual specialties. And yeah, wellness coaching, like absolutely, like people are interested in trying to live a healthy life, and it's hard to figure out how to do it.
It really is, because we get so much different information and your body type's different and all the stuff. So, we've got people out there that specialize in that, as well as, we were kind of laughing about this before the show, but things called a lifestyle designer.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to imagine what that is, but like absolutely, like it sounds to me like a fancier name for a life coach, but yeah, life just helping you design your lifestyle. I mean, it makes me feel like a crazy old person, but like I can see
for sure a crazy old person
that's going to happen, right?
Yes.
Like, why would anyone need that?
And then the third within this kind of personalized experience is personalized tech. Now, this one we can wrap our arms around, right? Because we understand this, the smartwatches and the smartphones, the fact that you can open your garage on the way home from, wherever you're coming, so that it's open, so you don't have that, to deal with. But all these things that, all the different tech ideas, which coming from the home security space years ago when I was running marketing departments, the personalized tech, people love it. They get into it.
Oh, absolutely. And I think you can imagine, with all of the explosion of AI, that part of that is going to be, picking out like the watch or the whatever things, personalized gadgets you have, and what sort of AI help they're giving you or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a thing.
Yeah. And being a part of that world, guys, that's going to continue for sure. We see that happening. All right. The next category that we have is called reskilling. Now, here's what's going on. We've got a workforce out there that has been doing things certain ways for a certain amount of time. And we know, and we've talked about this technology is just speeding up, and it's getting faster and faster and faster. So for people to keep up with this and to be able to learn and grow, there are people out there that are helping with either helping individuals reskill so that they can be competitive in the workforce. You might have to take that on yourself, but then you've also got people like corporate trainers that are actually helping corporations, which I love that. I love, Bobby, that, corporations are taking that on and saying, let's teach people AI, and get them up to speed.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think, we're entering a time where like the job market's going to be a lot more volatile. There are going to be a lot of people newly looking for work, and they're going to be switching industries, and there's going to be a lot of business in helping people who are looking for work in a new industry and helping them quickly learn new skills, switch over. And that's going to be another thing where like AI is going to be involved in that. Right. And you can help people figure out how to quickly, figure out the skills for switching careers. Yeah.
Well, and here's one that I think is interesting. And I see, we have so many teachers that are going, I don't want to do this anymore. and getting out into the workforce and having these great skills, by the way, that they do have that are transferable. But one is called a learning experience designer. So they're actually designing how we learn. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a great opportunity for a good teacher to be out there and going, this is how people learn the best, and teaching people how to do that. So
absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's the thing now. It's like, it is much more possible to build a learning experience, to build a course, because AI can help you do it. And so now you just need the ideas and the knowledge. You don't need to, like, you don't have that stepping stone of you have to learn a bunch of coding to be able to learn how to design a learning experience. You can build one now.
Well, and I was going,
a lot of people are going to be doing.
Well, and I think you went down a little bit different path than I did, but they're both included, which is, developing the actual learning experience, like how you would learn it online. Where my head was going is this idea of, creative ways to help adults learn, which we know is different. Actually, you know what? I don't know that it's that different. I think kids learn better too, the way adults learn, but yeah.
But absolutely right. There's just so many things that, like, so now here, as we're kind of here on the 5th round of this stuff, is just like so many different ways to think about all these things, right? So many different careers that I had never even imagined, right? And in 10 years, these are going to be things that people are regularly doing, right? And so the important thing is that if I were just advising, just based on my own history, like, you could accidentally find yourself telling a 16-year-old kid that, jobs are just lawyer and doctor and and engineer, and you're like, well, no, there's a whole bunch of other stuff, right?
Oh my gosh, Bobby, I do that all the time. I'll look around and I'm like, somebody has to figure this out, right? Somebody has to do this job. Anytime you pick up anything in your house, it's like there are people all over doing all these different things. So yeah, for sure, it does broaden your perspective on. There aren't just 12 careers out there. There are thousands. So, yeah.
No, and that's the thing. And so that's what this is all about, is starting to be creative about thinking about things. The sky is the limit on what you can do in the future. And that's why students can come to you, work with you, figure out their strengths, and then start exploring all this wide world of careers that they might be interested in, and picking a college major that will be conducive to that and get them into a place where they will be happy. And that's it. That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about, is if we're going to be working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, we might as well be doing something we like.
That's right. Absolutely.
So,
okay.
All right.
Well, this is
we
great.
will see you next week.
See you then.